From debunking everyone's assumption that it'd be another one of those girly movies, to calling out the corporate sector for not giving women enough authority, here's how the Barbie movie will change the world. Now, before I go into what a cinematic masterpiece this movie was, I've got to talk about subverting expectations, because everyone thought it was going to be another one of those girly movies. Let me tell you about that epic Barbie movie night. When I first decided to watch it, I couldn't help but think, yep, here we go again, another one of those girly happy Barbie movies. You know the drill, pink everywhere, cute little animal sidekicks, and loads of glitter. All of us were ready for a cotton candy fluff fest. And it's not like we didn't get all of that. We sure did. There was pink everywhere. We saw loads of cute outfits, an endless amount of accessories and whatnot. But the best part is that the pink stuff was not everything. There was a lot more going on in the film, stuff that made us think for a second about life, like body positivity, patriarchy, and thoughts about life, death, and existentialism, things that have the ability to change the world. But what is it about the movie that's got everyone talking? First, it touches on how being a woman is no walk in the park. Barbie's not your typical sparkly flick. This movie has some serious life lessons to teach. Barbie, in all her iconic pink glory, takes on the real world and shows us that being a woman is no easy job. The film dives deep into society's issues, exploring what it means to be a modern woman and all the crazy contradictions that come with it. Barbie isn't just a plastic doll in this movie. She's a full-blown human with all the emotions. And let me tell you, navigating the real world ain't easy. She's grappling with all these emotions, like fear and feeling uncomfortable because of the male gaze, and rejection, all of which is uncomfortably real. Plus, there's the patriarchal system trying to hold her back and turn her into some sidekick in her own story. But Barbie ain't having any of that nonsense. Oh, and let's not forget about Ken, the lovable himbo who's played by Ryan Gosling. Sure, he brings a lot of laughs to the movie, but guess what? He isn't afraid to show his vulnerable side either. It's a wake-up call for all of us, showing that we can break free from society's molds and expectations. And that's not even all of it. The movie tells us to embrace femininity without even an ounce of embarrassment. It's a movie that shamelessly embraces its feminine side. From the get-go, it's all about pink, pink, and more pink. You can practically swim in the sea of pink this film serves up, and it's totally unapologetic about it. The conflict isn't some epic battle. It's all about those emotional roller coasters that life throws at us. But hey, emotions are real, and they matter. And when things get action-packed, they do it with a flair that would make any choreographer jealous. Every move and color is coordinated to perfection, making it a visual feast fit for a fashion show runway. It felt as if Barbie herself came to life and choreographed the whole thing. It's fabulous. And here's the thing, the movie is stereotypically girly, but that's the whole point. It celebrates everything that might be considered girly without batting an eyelash. And you know what's even better? It doesn't for a moment diminish Barbie's worth or the importance of feminine qualities. And that's not the only struggle they show. At first, she's just living her doll life, not really aware of the deeper stuff going on around her. But then, bam, thoughts of death start creeping into her head. And she's like, whoa, something's off here. But the real wake-up call comes when she spots a patch of cellulite on her leg. Yeah, you heard that right, cellulite. It's played for laughs in the movie, but it's a turning point for Barbie. Suddenly, she starts feeling all self-conscious, like any woman would in a patriarchal society that sets impossible beauty standards. As Barbie and her trusty sidekick Ken venture into the real world, things get even more eye-opening. She's not used to men ogling her with that not-so-subtle hint of violence, and she might not fully grasp their suggestive comments, but she can tell they're totally not cool. Barbie's ignorance about the patriarchy and how it normalizes certain behavior is both funny and relatable. It was basically seeing her experience what so many women face in the real world. It's a journey of self-discovery for her, and she's learning about the complexities of being a woman in this not-so-perfect world. And then there's Ken, with his immediate love for that sexist hierarchy. It just shows how corrupting that promise of power and control can be. But as the movie unfolds, we see Barbie and Ken evolving, understanding and challenging the norms that society throws their way. Plus, the movie demanded change, especially from the creator of Barbie. Over the decades since Barbie first graced the scene, they've had to adapt, adjust, and keep up with the ever-evolving world around them. It's been quite the journey, let me tell you. In the past, Mattel might have been a bit stubborn and slow to update Barbie's image, but hey, better late than never, right? They've come a long way in making sure Barbie reflects the diversity and inclusivity of the real world. These days, Barbie is not just a one-size-fits-all doll. She comes in different shapes, sizes, and skin colors. It's a celebration of real beauty and representation. And you know what's even more awesome? Recently, they introduced dolls with hearing aids and prosthetic legs, and that's a huge step toward showing that everyone deserves to feel seen and represented. It's clear that Mattel isn't taking Barbie's role lightly. They're determined to keep her relevant in today's cultural moment. They want her to be a reflection of the diverse and dynamic world we live in. So they're constantly working to update her image and make her resonate with people from all walks of life. But that isn't all. There's also another hidden message. Barbie isn't just a girly flick. It's all about discovering your identity beyond romantic relationships. And there's the super powerful moment at the end that totally proves it. Throughout the movie, Barbie and Ken have been through all these crazy adventures together. But in the climax, something clicks for Barbie. She realizes that Ken needs to find himself without being defined solely by their relationship. In that heartfelt pep talk, Barbie tells Ken to dig deep and figure out who he is without her. She's basically giving him this empowering push to be his own person, to have his own dreams, and to be confident in himself. It's a total mic drop moment. That's a big message the movie drives home, because you gotta have your own identity and passions outside of a romantic partner. And then we see body positivity. First off, let's talk about Barbie herself. When she transforms into a human, she's not some flawless, airbrushed image of perfection. Like I've said, she's real, and that includes having cellulite, just like so many real women out there. And it doesn't stop there. Throughout the entire movie, we see Barbie dolls of different races and sizes, strutting their stuff and owning their uniqueness. It's a glorious parade of body diversity, and it's a sight to behold. Finally, we have dolls that represent the beautiful spectrum of bodies in the real world. This change is beyond necessary. For far too long, unrealistic beauty standards have been pushed on us, causing insecurities and unrealistic expectations. But Barbie's saying, enough of that nonsense. It's saying that all bodies are worthy of love, appreciation, and celebration. The message is loud and clear. There's no one-size-fits-all definition of beauty. Plus, it doesn't hold back when it comes to poking fun at the corporate world. It's a riot. When Barbie makes her grand entrance into the human world, she's in for a shocker. She feels as if she's stepped into a parallel universe where men rule the roost in every corporate corner. Remember, she comes from the vibrant and female-oriented Barbie land, expecting to find a similar balance of power in the human world. But nope, it's a boys' club takeover. Everywhere she looks, there are men in top positions, strutting around as CEOs and CFOs. The movie uses this setup to deliver its comedic punch, and Barbie's reactions to the corporate world's male domination are priceless. And that's the thing, it cleverly highlights the gender disparity in the corporate world while keeping it light and fun. It's a sly way of calling out the lack of female representation in positions of authority, and it hits the nail on the head. So, there you have it. From calling out the corporate sector for not giving women enough authority to debunking everyone's assumption that it'd be another one of those girly movies. That's how the Barbie movie will change the world.